And in a big relief to the Adani Group, the Adani Enterprises FPO, or follow-up public offer of 20,000 crore rupees, has been fully subscribed on the final day of bidding.
Absolutely, Abha, and what a big relief for Adani Enterprises. In fact, the entire group, a lot was riding on the FPO. Yeah. It was India's largest FPO. But one never knew that it would become the biggest headline.
The biggest headline, the biggest newsmaker for all kinds of reasons. Now, the quota reserved for the non-institutional and institutional investors was subscribed fully earlier today, while the employee and retail quota received 51% and 11% bids respectively. So clearly they were completely out of the running here. Out of the 20,000 crore rupee proceeds from the FPO, 10,869 crores will be used for green hydrogen projects, existing airports and construction of a greenfield expressway. An amount of 4,165 crore rupees will be utilized for repayment of debt.
All right, let's go across to Avinash, Gorakshakar, Director Research at Profit Mart Securities. Avinash, welcome to the show. The markets really seem to have continued to see a big sell-off in the Adani pack. But the FPO is done and dusted. Of course, the retail subscription isn't what has made it sail through. It's the big institutional buyers. Your first take on the completion of this FPO?
Yeah, I think my sense is I think the FPO has been subscribed largely because of some support, from the institutional investors. Especially, we have been hearing from the markets that a lot of family offices, of large corporate houses have actually subscribed, to the institutional portion, and that has actually helped them cover up the shortfall which came about from the retail quota. My sense is I think it's a good development considering the kind of lot of negative news flows we heard about the Adani Group companies in the past few days, and I think this should give a little bit of fillip to the market sentiment, and things should look going ahead quite better. More importantly, institutional investors coming on board, Siddharth, is definitely a good point because that adds to the maturity and the credibility of the company. Earlier we had seen that not many domestic funds had actually invested in the Adani Group companies. So to that extent, it's a kind of a silver lining, and I think this should be taken positively by the markets.
Avinash, that's a good point where you speak about earlier not many domestic institutions had invested. Do you have visibility into who are the domestic institutions who have now sort of opened their account or rebooked through the Adani FPO?
I think, see, I would not be able to give you confirmed names, but what we have been hearing is that a lot of family offices run by typically Zydus, Ambani, as well as by Sunil Mittal family have actually subscribed to this offer. Most importantly, on the domestic side, we are going to see a lot of FI interest also. Names like Morgan Stanley. Names like typically Aditya Birla Mutual Fund. These are some names which have actually given their given their allocation for this stock. So my sense is once the final names do come out, Siddharth, you will be all of us will be in a better position to comment. But definitely this time it looks as if the institutional community has given a lot of support for Adani Enterprises, and I think that is a good beginning because considering the kind of hard assets this group has put in the country,
right?
It's really difficult to believe that everything is in thin air. So definitely, I think good point.